In the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean lies a small, isolated island called San Nicolas. Over a century ago, this island was home to a woman whose story of survival remains one of the most fascinating tales of endurance and resilience. This is the story of Juana Maria, the lone woman of San Nicolas Island. Abandoned and left to fend for herself, she survived 18 years in solitude, adapting to her harsh environment with remarkable ingenuity and unwavering spirit. Join us as we explore her extraordinary journey of survival against all odds. At the time of Juana Maria's birth, the Nicoleño people were inhabited on the remote San Nicolas Island by various autonomous groups of Native Americans, each with its own distinct language and culture. They were living in harmony with the land and sea. They were skilled hunters and gatherers, adept at utilizing the resources of their isolated paradise. California had not yet been incorporated into the U.S., but it would be in 1848 as part of a peace treaty that followed the Mexican-American War. Juana Maria, whose real name is unknown, was likely born at the beginning of the 19th century on the island of San Nicolas. She was part of the indigenous tribe known as the Nicoleños. At the time of European contact, two distinct ethnic groups occupied the archipelago. The Chumash lived on the northern Channel Islands, and the Tongva on the southern islands. Juana Maria's tribe, the Nicoleño, were believed to be closely related to the Tongva. In the early 1540s, Spanish, or Portuguese according to some accounts, conquistador Juan Rodriguez Cabrillo explored the California coast, claiming it on behalf of Spain. In 1814, a ship called the brig Ilmina, operated by the Russian-American company, RAC, arrived at San Nicolas Island with a group of native Alaskan otter hunters. These hunters, employed by the RAC, accused the islanders of killing one of their fellow hunters, leading to a brutal massacre of most of the native population. While there have been rumors suggesting that the Franciscan Padres from the California missions requested the evacuation of the remaining Nicoleños from the island, there is no concrete evidence to support this claim. In fact, during the 1830s, the missions were undergoing a process of secularization, and Mission San Gabriel did not have a Franciscan priest present from mid-1835 to spring 1836 to even consider receiving any Nicoleños brought to the mainland. In late November 1835, the schooner Pure es Nada, better than nothing, under the command of Charles Hubbard, set sail from Southern California with the mission of relocating the remaining inhabitants of San Nicolas Island. Once they reached the island, Hubbard's team, which included Isaac Sparks, gathered the islanders on the beach and escorted them onto the ship. However, in the chaos of the evacuation, one woman was inadvertently left behind, Juana Maria. As a severe storm approached, the crew of the Pure es Nada, fearing the ship would be wrecked by the crashing waves and rocky shore, hastily decided to return to the mainland, unintentionally leaving Juana Maria behind. Juana Maria, known as the Lone Woman of San Nicolas Island, was left behind in a tragic twist of fate. The boats carrying her tribe sailed away, unaware that she had not boarded. Stranded on the island, she faced the reality of surviving alone, with no hope of immediate rescue. In the wake of the evacuation, Juana Maria found herself completely isolated, with only the memory of her lost tribe for company. She was determined to survive, relying on her skills and the knowledge passed down from her ancestors to adapt to her new, solitary existence. Juana Maria's survival was a testament to her incredible resilience and adaptability. Alone on the island, she crafted tools from available materials such as bone, stone, and shells to hunt fish, birds, and sea mammals. Her ingenuity knew no bounds as she constructed shelters from whale bones and driftwood, creating a home amidst the wild. With no human contact for years, Juana Maria developed a deep connection with her surroundings. She observed the rhythms of nature, understanding the changing seasons and the behaviors of the island's wildlife. Her daily routine was one of resilience, as she navigated the challenges of isolation with determination and strength. For 18 long years, Juana Maria held on to the hope of rescue. Each day she scanned the horizon for signs of passing ships, her heart yearning for the return of her people. Despite the solitude and the passage of time, she remained vigilant, driven by the belief that one day she would be reunited with her tribe. Juana Maria's survival was not just a physical battle, but a mental one as well. She maintained her sanity through storytelling, weaving tales of her ancestors and the vibrant community she once knew. Her unwavering faith and resilience became her companions in the years of isolation. In 1853, after nearly 2 decades of solitude, Juana Maria's wait finally came to an end. A group of sea otter hunters, led by Captain George Nidever, arrived on San Nicolas Island, astonished to find evidence of human habitation. The hunters were astounded to discover Juana Maria, living in a carefully constructed crude hut, partially constructed of whale bones, surrounded by her handcrafted tools and belongings. She was dressed in a skirt made of greenish cormorant feathers. It was believed that she also lived in a nearby cave. Despite the years of isolation, she greeted them with a warm smile and an open heart, her spirit unbroken by the passage of time. With her rescue, Juana Maria left the island that had been both her prison and sanctuary. She returned to civilization, where she was welcomed as a symbol of resilience and strength. However, her return was bittersweet, as she discovered that her almost entire tribe had perished, leaving her as the last of her people. Juana Maria was brought to the Santa Barbara mission, where she could only converse with the few remaining members of her tribe. The local Chumash people couldn't understand her language, so the mission arranged for a group of Tongva, who once lived on Santa Catalina Island, to attempt communication, but they were also unsuccessful. The few words and songs recorded from Juana Maria indicate she spoke a language from the Uto-Aztecan family, native to Southern California, though it's unclear which specific branch it belonged to. A study by UCLA linguist Pamela Monroe suggests that her language bore the most resemblance to those spoken by the Luiseños of northern San Diego County and the Juaneños near San Juan Capistrano, groups that had trading connections with the San Nicolas Islanders and may have influenced their language. This evidence points to Juana Maria being a native Nicoleño. Juana Maria was reportedly filled with wonder and excitement when she arrived, captivated by the sight of horses, as well as European clothing and food. She was welcomed into the home of George Nidever, who described her as a woman of medium height, somewhat stout, likely around 50 years old but still strong and energetic. She had a pleasant face, always smiling, with all her teeth intact, though worn down to the gums. Juana Maria seemed to enjoy the visits from curious Santa Barbara locals, often singing and dancing for them. One of the songs she performed became known as the Toki Toki song. This song was remembered by a Ventureño man named Malquiares, an otter hunter who had accompanied Nidever to the island and heard Juana Maria sing it. Just 7 weeks after reaching the mainland, Juana Maria died of dysentery in Garay, California, likely due to her sudden diet change after years of limited food. Before her death, she was baptized by Father Sanchez and given the name Juana Maria. She was buried in an unmarked grave in the Nidever family plot at the Santa Barbara Mission Cemetery. In 1928, a plaque was placed at the site in her memory by the Daughters of the American Revolution. Unfortunately, artifacts she brought from the island were destroyed in the 1906 San Francisco earthquake and fire, and her cormorant feather dress, sent to the Vatican, has since been lost. Despite the challenges of reintegration, Juana Maria's story resonated with many. She became a living testament to the power of the human spirit to endure against all odds. Though she lived only a few weeks after her rescue, her legacy lives on, inspiring generations with her incredible tale of survival. Juana Maria's story is not just a tale of survival, but a profound lesson in resilience, adaptability, and the strength of the human spirit. Her life inspired books, films, and countless stories, cementing her place in history as a symbol of endurance and courage. Her story continues to captivate audiences worldwide, reminding us of the incredible strength that lies within us all to overcome adversity and survive against unimaginable odds. Thank you for joining us in exploring the extraordinary survival story of Juana Maria. If you found this video inspiring, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more incredible survival stories. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear what you think about this amazing tale of resilience and courage.